Finally got me a microphone for my podium.
First and foremost. Huh?
Yeah.
Why, he didn't know how?
He knows how to use a microphone.
Talk around it.
Good job, Turk.
Jarrett, what happened to this team after the All-Star break?
I mean, I think the first thing you can pinpoint, obviously, is that we were without our best player. Not to make any excuses, but I think if you take any team in this league's best player away, you go through rough stretches. I think it's kind of similar with the Lakers. I mean, they haven't lost their best player, but without Andrew Bynum, that force in the middle, they've seemed to struggle. And with us, I mean, that's what Chris was. You know, he was our defensive presence as well as our offensive presence as well as in the post. And, you know, without him, after having him for 45 or 50 straight games, I mean, you struggle a bit, you know, trying to find your identity a little bit.
But was that it? Was that the only reason?
I don't think, not to say it's the end all and be all with Chris, but I think the bulk of our offensive schemes runs through him. Obviously, when the game gets a little hectic, to negate that, we like to throw the ball into the post and kind of know what we're getting. With him being out, I think it was some uncertainty at times, but I also thought it was some times as to where people stepped up and filled that void. Andrea was unbelievable for us. I thought Amir, even if Chris went down with the injury late, stepped up and did a tremendous job for us inside. So I'm not just saying that, you know, when Chris went down, it was, you know, that was it. I thought we still had some guys who came in and gave us tremendous effort, and, you know, we just happened to let some games fall through our fingers.
What would you say, how would you describe the chemistry on this team?
Chemistry on this team? I think it was as good as it gets when you have 10 new faces. And I think people take for granted that also we had a whole new coaching staff. So when you're not used to the players or not used to the coaches, it's going to take some time. You know, it's going to go back and forth. It's going to be a tug of war, for lack of better words, I guess. But, you know, when people say that, I hope it doesn't take away from the relationships that we do have. We're great with each other off the court and as well as on the court. You know, we hang out with everybody. It's not just a clique type of team. You know, everybody is friends on some type of level. And, you know, I like to think we have a great chemistry. It just took some time for us to get to that point, that's all.
Did you think on the court, I mean, a combination of you know, you have two good point guards, and then you have Hito who's looking for the ball, and then Chris and Andrea who need the ball. Like, was that just part of the issue? I mean,
no. I think on every team you go through that. You have a number of guys who are very capable and should have the ball in those positions. And it's me and Jose's job to get him the ball and I guess put him in a direction or position to be successful.
Do you think the coaching staff did a good job preparing you guys for the plan every night and motivating you guys?
I think they did a great job. I think the coaching staff was absolutely wonderful. I think it comes down to us as players. You know, you can put a plan on the table, but at the end of the day, when it's a minute left on the clock and we're up by 2, I think it's only so much X and O's going to take you. I think it's just the will of the players, and I think that's more when the onus comes on our shoulders as to where we got to dig in and just be able to pull those games out.
Defensively, I mean, this team played very well for that stretch, and then defensively, it didn't play very well. I mean, there's got to be an explanation why the defense can just fall so fast, other than just Bosch being gone.
No, just mental lapses, I think. Not being mentally strong enough to be able to dig in. Like I said, 2 minutes, we might be down 6. Or it might be a 4-minute game where we're down 8. Being able to dig in and get stops and creating some offensive opportunities off our defense, I think is the thing that we really need to focus on. And like I said, I think that's another thing that falls on the players' shoulders. And as a team, I mean, if we want to be good in this league, that's what we got to do.
Jarrett, you mentioned everybody get along well, and that's all well and good, but a lot of teams succeed when you have one guy who kind of grabs everybody else by the scruff of the neck and doesn't care if it gets along going well. Was there enough internal leadership on this team?
Yes, I think so. And with what you just said, I think teams have their own ingredients of how they operate. You know, with the Lakers, Kobe might be that grab the neck kind of guy. In Dallas, they're not really a grab the neck kind of guy, and they're just as good. You know what I mean? So I think every team has their own ingredients, their own recipe for being successful. And, you know, we have our own. I thought we were competitive with just those two teams that I just named, and they're two of the top teams in the league. And we go about our business in a fashion that we see fit.
But you guys weren't successful. You didn't make the playoffs. Doesn't that say something about the inside?
I thought we were competitive still, you know, regardless if we made the playoffs or not. You know, it came down to a half game. I mean, the whole thing with us is effort. You know, if we lost every single game and we had effort out there every single day on the court, we can look ourselves in the mirror and know that we played hard, gave it everything we had. I can be satisfied with that every night.